And our senior editor starting tomorrow is John Campbell. And he's a longtime journalist who has been working in local journalism for well over a decade. His work at newspapers on both coasts have often focused on social justice issues, frequently with a narrative or investigative angle. He spent 3 years as a feature staff writer at the Village Voice before a stint with Sunlight Foundation, a nonprofit focused on government watchdog and transparency advocacy. Today, he's an independent editor and writer, an avid outdoor person, and he takes every available opportunity to escape the city. Lives in Brooklyn with his partner. John, would you like to add something? And welcome.
Thank you, Bob. I am very excited to be here. I don't think I have too much to add to my bio, but I am just excited to get started and dive into the very good work that's happening here. I've been really impressed with the work the fellows have produced, and I can't wait to continue that work and expand it. So I'm really excited to meet everybody and dive in headfirst tomorrow. So thank you for having me.
Again, John. I think John has joined us, John Mooney. Susan, so.
Sure. Hi, John. And,
hey.
and as mentioned, John has been a long time advisory board member, ready to help. And he used to say, well, when's the advisory board going to meet? You haven't asked me to meet. So that was about 9 and 8 and 7 years ago. But John, we so appreciate your willingness to partner and give help and advice and encouragement to CivicStory. And much more than that, all you have done for New Jersey in the past 14 years, which is just phenomenal. So we thought, who better than to welcome a new senior editor than John Mooney, who can really kind of give a sense of Jersey and maybe what needs to be known. So no dialogue necessarily, but just we'd love to hear from you, whatever you want to offer.
Yeah, I thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm thrilled to be here as well. I'm sorry I'm late. I was stuck in some netherworld, but Susan saved me, and so here I am. And welcome, John, and good to see everybody. Certainly it is, and I think it's a very exciting and I wouldn't necessarily say the golden age of journalism, considering all the economic pressures, but what journalism can do in this day and age with the resources we have, and in New Jersey, where there is just a lot of experimenting and adventure going on in terms of what we're trying to do as an ecosystem. Welcome to the club. It's a really fascinating time to be in it. I've said for a long time that in all my years in mostly print journalism, I've never had so much fun as I'm having now as a journalist. In that the possibilities are so endless, and we're here to support. And certainly, John, reach out. Let's get together even and compare notes. Who knows? I'm guessing from your resume we have some mutual friends across the world. And I'm just very excited for CivicStory and what lies ahead for all of us, because I do believe that there's some real great opportunities in working together, in combining forces to really tackle some big issues in this state. I really do think that there's some great opportunity out there. So let's keep talking, and welcome again.
John, one quick question, John, is regards INN, which of course you're a part of, and that there has been such growth across the country of nonprofits, now more than 400. We can say it over and over, but it's hard to convey just the dynamic community out there. So if you want to just comment on what you see on the listserv, or just what you sense from that dynamic team and all those newsrooms across the country, it's there's incredible.
Yeah, and Jersey's not a lack of them. I mean, the lack of what we want, but I went to a meeting of the grantees for the New Jersey Consortium, Civic Consortium, the state grant program that started up a year or two ago. and there were 50, I'd say something like maybe 30 grantees represented there. And just the network of different ethnic media and local media and different language, Creole, Spanish language on different platforms. Some were running as Facebook pages. Others, there's a great site in Central Jersey that is entirely a newsletter. You know, we obviously have a lot of opportunity to cross-pollinate where we are working with NJPBS. So we're on multiple platforms at the same time. And I find it, you know, as I said, an incredibly exciting time in getting it out there. I think one of our tasks is, you know, impressing upon people that we are nonprofits and that we do rely on the support of our readers and viewers and Facebook followers. And that's, you know, that is a critical time. It's very exciting that the nonprofit sector has you know, jumped this deep into it. And a lot of it is because the nonprofit funding sector has also started to really embrace it in ways that they certainly didn't 15, 20 years ago. And so, I do think it's exciting, but it leaves us with a sustainability challenge, obviously, in finding ways that we can raise money, both through earned income, whether it's sponsorships or underwriting, or through the, you know, generosity of others. So it comes with its perils, but I do see it as the future of news in a lot of ways. I think also I'll toot our own horn. I think public media has got to step up. And that's including television, but also radio and other public media. I think it's part of their mission is to fill this void in news coverage and especially local news coverage.
And I think the team ups with public media, the big one in Chicago between the Chicago Sun and Chicago Public Radio, and then in Baltimore, the Baltimore Banner plus Baltimore Public Radio, and then the head of Baltimore Public Radio is coming up to be head of WNYC. So that brings that exciting ethos of partnering.
Yeah, and WHYY to the south in Philly is gone through a lot of changes as well. So, I mean, it's certainly, and Susan, you and I have talked about is all the potential of collaborations that we have among both vertically and horizontally, you know, ones who are our peers, and certainly those who are, and I'm not even just saying hyperlocal, there's, you know, a lot of ethnic media that's really strong, really powerful stuff that, to be honest, I, you know, have underappreciated myself. And I'm, you know, a relatively savvy media consumer. The average person hasn't seen them at all. So I think, you know, it's partly incumbent on us to help others and get their content amplified as well.
And I think on that, for winding up, a shout out is in order for the Center for Cooperative Media, not only for what they do ongoing, but they did a big comprehensive study of New Jersey ethnic media. And that report was presented in 2019 in Paterson. And I happened to go to the lunch at the Paterson Public Library and met one of the editors of one of the longest running public ethnic media papers in New Jersey. And he became a participant in the first SR Hub. And I met Ambreen Ali there, and she became a fellow. So a lot of the SR Hub kind of was given a boost through that work that the Center for the Cooperative Media had done on the ethnic media side. So it's a great report. It's a very comprehensive report. You can see it on their site, and it's worth taking a look at.
They are a real jewel for Jersey, I gotta say. I mean, and it's why I'm hopeful, is because they've really been able to. I'm talking about the center at Montclair State. They've really been able to do a lot of things, not just in New Jersey, but nationally, and brought attention to a lot of really important things. So, you know, credit to Stephanie Murray and her team.
Absolutely.